This
is an Oddcast.
is an Oddcast.
Kev, open-minded ka ba?
Very open, as in O-P-E-N.
O-P-E. Tama naman.
Tama naman na kayo. Spelling
Well,
bee.
buti na lang tama na lang. Pero I asked you if you're open-minded because I want to know if you're open-minded to take back the word networking.
Ah, yeah.
Take it back from the people who took it from us.
Yeah.
Those MLMers.
Grabe ka naman sa mga MLMers.
Sorry, no offense to the MLMers.
Mga grinders. Mga nag-grind lang naman sila for the ano.
Grinders.
Ang weird ng ginamit ko, pero yeah.
So, judging by that very scripted intro spiel, today we'll be talking about networking. But not the kind of networking you're used to. No siree. But before we get into the meat of the discussion, let's introduce our guests for today.
Beautiful guests.
Beautiful guests.
Yes.
On to my left, we have...
Hi.
She is the CEO of Oddefy Creative Incorporated.
Wow.
Her name is Frankie Primavera.
Beautiful.
What's up, Frankie?
Hi. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, I
Yes.
can't not
Such
have
a
you.
pleasure.
Is it?
It is.
Bakit may post doon?
I'm from Monsters University.
Yeah, from MU siya, bro.
I'm from MU.
Yung sa mga naka-video
Creative
dyan,
Inc.
naka-match yung nails niya sa
Yeah.
cap niya. Planado to, guys.
Hello. Thanks for having
Of course.
me.
And on the other end of the line, we have Frankie's sister,
Sister,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
No? No, sorry.
Tita.
No.
Oh,
Huh?
Frankie's
Bestie.
bestie.
Yes.
Bestie. Kala ko talaga sister. Kasi grabe.
No.
Ang ganda.
Akala ko rin.
Who are you?
I'm your bestie.
This is
I'm
gonna
your
be
bestie
good.
granny.
Yeah. She's my mama.
Yes.
Or
I was her mama, and up to now, she still calls me mama.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. She's my grandma. Everyone, by the way.
Yay!
Ang bata pa rin.
I'm halata ba na nervous ako?
Yeah.
Sinakabahan yung host
So you like
natin.
loosen
No,
up,
okay.
guys.
Here's the thing. I don't want to disappoint Tita. What should I call Tita Baby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tita.
Tita Baby.
Miss
Tita Baby.
Miss Tita Baby.
Actually, everyone calls me Tita Baby, even
Even my
Oh, okay.
friends.
Tita Baby.
Even
So
my
I'm
friends.
Obviously very nervous. I don't want to disappoint Tita because, of course,
Yeah.
I don't want her to think badly of me. I'm very well prepared, I would say.
Tita, ano masasabi mo sa kanya right now?
He's guapo.
Okay na pala ako.
Okay na.
Okay. So today, again, we'll be talking about
I'm dead.
networking. Me too. My soul left. So,
Okay.
before we get into it, of course, it's not an Oddcast episode without the drink of the night.
Yes, of course. The
So
alcohol.
we're doing something a little bit different today, in honor of Tita Baby.
Yeah.
So obviously I can't not have alcohol. I'm sorry, guys. So on the alcohol side of things, today's drink of the night is once again Odd Cafe's Blue Moon. Hooray!
May tanong ko
Blue
pare,
Moon.
bakit Blue Moon?
You asked this already.
Natanong ko na ba yun?
Blue moon.
Oh, what?
So
yeah.
understanding.
Kumakanta ka ba, Tita?
No.
Pero sumasayaw ka, Tita.
Before,
Yes.
yeah, I used to dance a lot.
Yes.
So Blue Actually, I know that song. Blue Moon is a nice song. So today's drink is Blue Moon. It is a gin-based drink.
Wow.
I'm not like DJs. Nah, I can say all of the ingredients off the top of my head. But just know that it's good. It should show up here. Somewhere here.
Dan, bro.
Right here.
Dito?
Right here.
I think
No, here.
Yeah, here.
Here. Right.
Click
so
here.
that's what Kevin and I are drinking. Maybe you guys can introduce what drinks you're drinking.
Sure.
I love the husk.
Can I tell the podcast what happened to me?
Yes, of course.
course.
If you guys are wondering why, we have a very husky version of Miss Frankie Primavera.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Like, this is already odd in itself. Me here in the podcast and my voice is like this. But anyway, I went to Harry Styles' concert last night. So I went ham. And this is why my voice is the way it is.
Tita, do you know what ham means?
No.
Okay, you have to explain it to Tita.
Like, hard.
As
as
What?
a motherfucker.
Whoa. We don't
Whoa.
swear
We
in the
don't-
Oddcast,
Look at Mom.
We're gonna
No.
bleep that out. Ano mga sinigaw?
It's
Ano mga sinigaw mo dun, Frankie? I love you, Harry Styles! Ano ba?
Harry,
Marry me.
marry me.
Be mine.
I don't want to say the rest.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's okay. So, should I introduce
Yes,
the drink?
please.
Yeah.
Feel
Okay,
free.
so I'm drinking a iced matcha latte with some oat milk as my base. And you're having
Ice like latte, but decaf.
decaf. Yeah. Because she can't sleep if she drinks coffee before she goes to bed.
No, my doctor said I should only
okay.
take decaffeinated coffee.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That
Sorry,
turned
I'm not looped in. I wasn't looped in
like a
on
dark
this.
very.
Oo nga, yun. Parang, oh no.
My
No, but
doc-
it's fine. Decaf. I'm not a big coffee fan myself, but
Yeah.
I would drink a decaf.
Yeah, I feel like you would enjoy it.
So, now let's get on to serious business.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Literally. So today's episode is all about networking. And again, it's not the networking you're thinking of. We're here to try to dispel these notions. Kunin na natin yung word na networking from those schemes. But yeah, maybe what we can do is we'll have you guys introduce yourselves again, but more on what you guys do career-wise.
Okay, should I
So,
start?
Frankie is again our CEO, but
Oh my
let's
God.
talk more about how you started, because
Oh,
I think a
yeah.
lot of what you did
Sure.
before
Oh,
was
so-
related to what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, a lot of what I did before was related to what I was going to talk about. But let me start like before I entered the agency life. I think in college, I was always a very sociable person. Like they would call me.
What I know is
No, not that one. No, but they would always say, ma PR yan, si Frankie, ganyan. Oo, magaling yan pumenta, ganon. To the point na I remember like, when you guys were exploring for me to work full-time in the family business, sabi mo, mag-sales ka. And then I was like, parang ayoko pala. No, I was considering it. And then parang after that, I ended up landing a job in marketing, social media marketing, and the brand side. Moved to the agency environment already, or the agency industry. And then I started as an accounts person with our old agency. And then from there, parang sabi nila I was doing well naman as an accounts person. But I liked meeting people more without having to meet about, the daily things all the time. Like I wanted something that
Oh, I
was
get
more,
that.
I guess, meaningful in
Yeah.
a way. It doesn't have to be business wise, but like I'm very curious about people kasi. So ended up shifting into business development, but I was presented an opportunity because sakto they needed a person for BD for Oddefy.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know how to go about this, but you know what? I'll just use my skills. And then
Skills indeed.
my
Skills indeed.
skills, ganyan, smile and wave. Joke.
Sama nga na smile and wave.
Isa nga, sample. In that
Boom!
camera.
May
Ito,
kliyente na tayo.
mamaya
Joke
may
lang,
sponsor na
guys.
tayo.
Joke lang.
Bench underwear.
No,
Bakit
it's like
beach underwear?
parang, I was very, because I went to school, remember in New York, for business communication. Because I really it was either, I was figuring out, should I venture into like family business? Should I make my own? Should I join an agency? And all of that encompassed what I wanted to do either way. And business communication covers like a lot of account management, business development even, and all that. And then I ended up in the agency life, and I really liked it because I got to meet a lot of new people, not just the people that I would work with, but
Kami yun.
like a lot of other people as well. And then from then on, yun.
Do you think this is something you're really, really good at doing?
Yes and no.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yes and no. I know that I have my strengths in communicating, trying to get people to understand where I'm coming from, convincing them that this might be a possible thing that they want to consider. But there are so many aspects of business development, but I have to master pa. Like I've only been in the role for like 6 years, more or less. And it's interesting. Parang day by day you get to know it. So I can't really say that it is my calling or it's something that I'm really, really good at just yet. But, I'm confident naman.
Work in progress pa kasi tayo.
Yeah, like everyone
Pero,
naman.
buti na lang, we have an expert
Yeah.
on the show today. So maybe Tita Baby, you
A
can talk to
beautiful
us
expert. Yeah, Tita
all
Baby.
about your experience.
Yes.
I actually my experience started. I was a secretary after graduation. Okay, and then I was promoted as supply associate in one of the oil companies, big oil companies here. And then that oil company, decided to pull out their operations from the Philippines. And then I moved to another company. I became the operations supervisor. You can imagine me riding the big vessels because so that's my job. And then go to plant visits. And then after that, we had to leave for Jakarta, where my husband was posted there, and I was one of the lucky wives who found a job there. I was the general manager of a media investment services.
Oh, wow, that's a big jump.
We sell travel magazines, business magazines. So when I was in Jakarta, I was traveling and hopping from one hotel to the other to sell advertising spaces. Okay, and then we came back here. I became an operations manager of one of the moving companies, and then joined another company, an exhibition organizing company based in Singapore, and I was a general manager. And then we went back to Hong Kong. I was when my husband was posted there, I worked with the hotel I was doing a project for them. So actually, my background is sales, marketing, operations, and all. So now we decided to open our business, which is now 21 years. It's a cargo logistics company, and I'm the president and general manager.
Grabe.
So that's
Grabbing
what I'm
journey.
doing. Okay.
Lahat talaga.
Crazy.
So
Okay.
No, but so going back to each of your individual experiences,
Yeah.
and because we're talking about networking for me kasi it's not something that and I said this in an earlier podcast about advertising. It's not something you grow up wanting to become.
Yeah.
Diba? Like I don't want to become, like when I grow up I want to be an advertiser. People don't say when I grow up I want to be really good at networking. So I understand where your experience with networking comes in with the business development side, which to me nga, in advertising parang I didn't even know that was such a crucial aspect of the business.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for you, Tita Baby, where does networking come in your experience?
networking is very important if you really want to succeed in business. Okay. My mind frame about networking has totally changed after so many years. Networking, if I may quote, is not just net sitting or net fencing. It's actually reaching out. Knowing your client, knowing the person, and if you network, you have to have an impact on that person that you're networking with. So you'll be successful. So you just don't, just sit down and just, hey, hi.
Right.
No,
May effort.
may effort
Oo.
talaga.
Like you really care to,
Yeah.
reach out talaga.
Yeah.
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 So dapat ba, tita, you have to be very charismatic sa or genuine ka dapat in general?
Genuine. Not, you can be charismatic, but you may not be a good networker.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fair.
I agree.
You have to be genuine. As I said, I'd like to quote unquote, when networkers are not fence sitters or net net eating. You
Ano
know,
yung sabihin nun, tita? Ano yun?
Yeah.
Sorry, hindi ko rin
Ako,
Net fencing.
nagulat din ako sa
you
jargon.
you're just on the side. You're attending a party and then you're just on the side,
Nakatayo ka
just
lang.
looking.
Like
Okay.
just being at that place isn't enough.
Ayun
It's
pala
not
yun.
networking.
Yeah.
So dapat sasali ako sa dance floor kay Kembot.
Yeah, and try to know the person. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't sell yourself. You don't sell your business right away.
Right.
You have to know the business, what the person is interested to. You have to reach
That's
out to
true.
him.
May
first.
research aspect. You get to
Yes.
know.
Would you say it's a lot like dating?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, that's a good.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So maraming na-hit yan si tita for sure. Mga napa-oo.
Oh, clients. I mean, I'm talking about clients.
That's what you meant.
Clients have it.
Yeah, you have to, you have to know your clients. You have to know them first. You don't sell yourself. Oh, I'm like this. I'm like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
If anything, I hate talking about myself.
Yes, you don't talk about
You
yourself.
talk about them.
Yeah, I like talking about myself to myself. But if I talk to myself with other people, it's like, no. I want to hear them out first.
Yes.
And then say, oh, I'm like that too. Ganyan.
But you find a common
Connection.
ground.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
Dating
Then you
talaga.
start the
It's like
conversation.
dating. It's
Yeah.
like dating. But
like,
except the intimacy, of course.
Maybe, Frankie, you can talk about more how heavy has networking been in your career?
I feel like I wouldn't say heavy, but it's very innate na to me. Like I don't see it as a heavy thing because that's already who I am as a person. Like I like to connect with people.
Yeah.
Even if I don't mean business, I get to know the person because I find him or her interesting. It doesn't have to be about the business. And then later on, I'll find out na lang, oh, okay, we're beneficial to each other. Na parang, oh, for example, in the agency, oh, you're a client pala, you're from the client side pala. Oh, yeah, maybe we can reconnect, later on. But we're actually talking about like our dogs and our pets. So that's my experience with things because I don't really like to push something to a person that, might not even need it. I don't like pushing a person and saying, oh, like, I mean business. Probably like the furthest I'll go on that edge would be LinkedIn na. But if it's on a personal setting, like face to face, not as much. Like let's say I run into someone. I was introduced to a lot of people in the cafe actually, and they would tell me, oh, he works in ganyan, this brand, and then she's
I have a
from
question for
Oddefy.
you.
Yeah,
I have a question. So,
go.
what you do, especially when you were in BD, and
Yeah.
especially now, siguro when you're a CEO,
yeah.
you have to be good at being able to talk to people
Yeah.
really, really quickly. But are there times where, or do you have any instances in your day-to-day na parang you choose not to? Like, kunwari, you're in Glorieta and you see the CEO of this brand, for example.
Yeah.
Are there instances where you just don't want to deal? Even
Oh,
though
yeah.
na ang ganda ng opportunity na yun, for example.
Of course. Especially when I'm in Zen mode. I tend to sit back. I only do it when it's in an appropriate setting also. If we're partying and it's more on the weekend personal thing, parang I don't really have an agenda that night. It comes naturally. Like, yun nga, I meet someone in the party, it's because we're cheersing or drinking and talking about like, oh, I know my friend, ganyan. But if I see someone in Glorieta, ganyan, it's not innate to me or parang it doesn't process to me to have to go up to someone right away. Yeah. No.
But do you feel like there are times na you want to and have
Want to.
Like in a normal setting. Kasi, I mean, syempre, with your role now, diba? Parang there are instances na, shit, this is the CEO
No
of
naman.
Business kasi. Pero going back to what Tita Baby said, kailangan nga genuine eh.
Yeah.
That's the base
If
kasi.
anything, ayokong mahabol sa tao.
Oo, kasi parang, ganito yun pre. Parang,
Habulin niyo ako.
pag hinabol mo, they might assume that you're just may hinahabol ka lang.
It's so transactional.
Transactional, exactly.
No, but there are people like that.
Yeah.
Well,
We have
pero
to admit that there
parang-
are people like that.
Yeah, there are. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
here we go.
I can't. I just experienced it. But anyway, parang there's this person that I haven't seen in years, college days. And then I just came out of the bathroom and then I ran into
Where were you?
this person
Sorry, where
in
were
the
you?
cafe.
Oh, here? Okay.
Yeah. Just opened the door and then ran into the person. Hey, how are you? Sabi niya, oh yeah, how are you too? Ganyan, we're not even like, he was asking, do you still hang out with ganyan, ganyan, ganyan? And I was like, yeah, but I have to go in a bit pala. I have a meeting to do. Sabi niya, oh, by the way, you work in an agency, right? So may binibenta siya sa akin, basically. Yeah, it went straight to the point na parang, I was just telling him, this used to be our office. Sabi ko, this is the studio. Then he went in the studio and started selling other things to Via also and me. And then I was like, wait, I have a meeting. Anyway, so parang, I get it though, because parang he's my friend. He
Yeah.
used to be my friend. So parang, I guess he
Used
was
to be.
comfortable to do that to me. But, like I don't look down on him for doing that because I know he's just coming from a place of like trying to, get back up there. So, props to him though. That's not my style.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it should come in a very genuine setting, like naturally. I can't do that. Like, yeah, I just can't.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you always choose the right time, the right moment, for at least if your product is really good,
Yeah.
if you do it that way, the person or the persons like you and Via would not really see the merit of that product. They will just look at you as somebody who's pushing for the product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception is key.
Perception, exactly.
Yeah, for
Perception is
sure.
key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that you show yourself to a person will definitely affect how discussions in the future will go.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, as someone who is the president of their own company, what level of networking are you still doing at this point?
Well, I'm at the highest point of networking now.
Let's go.
Because,
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Standing
No.
flex.
no, because should I?
Yeah, go na.
I'm a
Deserve.
member of a business
Okay.
organization.
Just
okay?
say it.
Okay, I'm a member of a business organization whose objective is to help each other among the chapter, and we give referrals, and we by giving referrals we also network with each other. I said I'm at the peak of networking right now because I am the incoming president for the next chapter.
Yay.
Wow.
And our goal now is to hit a certain number of members at the end of my term, which will make us a diamond chapter.
Nandun na kayo next week.
So, it's,
Kami na yun.
at,
Sige,
yeah,
tita, ako bahala sa'yo.
if it's okay with you, I'm a part of the Business Network International, and I'm a part of the biggest chapter in the CBD region. We're the showcase chapter,
Wow.
in the area. So if somebody wants to show how BNI works, they always bring them to our chapter. So I'm working hard on it. My goal now is to really be a diamond chapter at the end of my term. So I'm at the peak of my networking. When I say peak
Wow.
of my networking, we're trying to get more relevant members or more members who will be contributing to the growth of the chapter. So that's
But so BNI Business Network International.
Yes.
Networking.
Business
Networking
Networking
International. So how does that work? So I actually didn't know that there are organizations dedicated specifically to networking. So what is it that this organization really caters to? Like, what does it serve?
we espouse the giver's gain philosophy. Okay, you give.
This is
Sorry,
deep shit.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Giver's gain is we give business to each other. Just give, and you'll gain after. When you give, you don't expect anything in return. So that's how it is. I mean, it's a long, I know this is an Oddcast, but I don't want it to be like a BNI podcast.
Oh,
but
Yeah.
But I think it's
I
worth.
can't help it
Yeah.
because
Yeah, it's worth it.
I'm so ingrained into the into this
structure.
organization, and I believe in it. So we espouse the givers gain philosophy. Like you were 75 in the group. Okay?
Yeah.
Different business owners, different businesses. Within the group, there's only one business that is being represented. So if somebody is looking for a cargo logistics company, which I own, automatically they refer them to
so
me.
it's exclusive.
Exclusive.
Parang
Yeah, it
is.
one business per industry.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't stop us. We can also do cross-chapter referrals.
You can go
Yeah.
outside the
so,
group.
but but within the group, we don't allow like advertising coming to advertising companies.
Ano siya, tita? Like, internal thing ba siya? Yung pag-connect. For example, kailangan ko ng logistics. Does it have to be internal lang yung transaction?
No,
No.
You need logistics. You come to me. But if let's say a friend of yours, because you're a member of BNI, and a friend of yours will ask, "Hey, do you know somebody who does cargo logistics?" Yeah, we know.
I-refer.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a referral organization.
Great.
But we don't earn commission from each other. Huh?
Oh, wow.
Yun nga,
No,
you
yeah.
help one
Curious.
another.
Wow.
It's just that's why we say we espouse the givers gain
Right.
philosophy. We don't try to gain from each other.
Yeah.
You help.
Yeah, we help each other, and by helping each other, somehow it will return to you. So
That's nice.
Wow.
That's a nice
That sounds very
philosophy.
exciting for you, Tita. As if since you're coming in as the new president.
Pressure ka ba, tita?
No, I'm not pressured because I have a very good team.
I love
Yes,
the
sir.
confidence.
I love it.
Same. I have a very good team.
Every 6 months we change leadership.
Oh, okay.
And,
That's short term lang, no?
Yeah, because we like to give a chance to all the
Wow.
members.
Everyone.
Oh.
So for this term, I have a power team.
Wow.
Core team, parang core
Nice.
team.
Yeah, a power team.
That's cute.
That's why they ask me, "Are you nervous?" No.
Yes, that's a
Ang ganda
spirit.
naman ng...
Ako, Tita, ever since you said that, di na ako nervous.
Ako rin, tita.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can actually have an idea of how we work. Maybe during my term, I'm going to invite you to just listen. I'm not asking you to join, but just appreciate what it is all about.
Tita, pupunta siya.
No, I'm...
It's
Wait
via Zoom at 6:30 in the
It's
morning.
6:30 in the
Whoa.
morning. I was just gonna say, what time again?
6:30 because we believe in that early birds catch the worm.
Oh, that's...
I like
You're not,
worms.
you're not a bird. You have a bird, but you're not a bird.
Uy, wala na ako dyan, ha? Tita siya na yun, ha?
Joke lang, tita.
I'm
Ako
that...
yung mabait dito. Ako yung good
Hindi,
cop.
mabait.
So I was
Ako yung
gonna
good
say,
cop,
Ma,
tita.
can you emphasize what time this is?
It's
6:30.
a.m.
No, and then we finish at 8:30 because
Wow.
we
Tas
want to
nap na lang after, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went
Siesta.
to that session face to face at 6:30 because there was a point where my mom and my dad were all members of BNI.
when we were meeting face to face.
Yeah. And they were like, come, network for your agency. And I was like, okay.
At 6:30
Yeah. And then
in
I'm
the
there, I'm
morning.
like, I need coffee. Ganyan. It's too early for my life.
6:30,
No,
grabe.
I mean,
But I
when we were
networked.
doing face to face, it was not as successful as now. When we started doing Zoom.
interesting.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Really?
We have members from Australia,
That's why.
from
That's
Canada,
why.
Mas malaki
from
na
New
yung
York.
platform.
I didn't know
The
that.
reach is
The
larger.
reach
is
Yeah.
larger.
It's
Oo.
better now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can
That's
imagine.
so good for you
Yeah.
guys.
That's why I was telling you, come join. I mean, I'm not asking you to join, just
Yeah.
listen. So
Sure,
you know.
sure. While I'm like asleep pa.
So, Leandro,
Ako,
come
tita, I'll
and
listen.
join.
6:30, easy. I wake up
Easy.
at like
Tita,
10.
abangan mo yan.
Easy.
usually, but
Hindi na yan matutulog.
dire-diretso na lang ako.
Diretso na yan.
Hindi, talaga. I mean,
Mag-off cam yan, nandun.
I,
Off cam.
Pwede po
No.
mag-off cam.
with these carriage people, doing off-cam.
Oh, you have
Because,
Oh my
you know,
God.
Hindi, gagawa siya ng video na nakaloop.
mga ganun-ganun lang. Wobble.
Gagano, no?
You have to come and on-cam ka dapat.
Oo,
Yeah.
pero nakaloop
Because we
yung video.
want it to be personal. Like,
That's
you
true.
know,
I
yeah.
get it. I get
Yeah.
it. I definitely get it.
Okay.
I'll try my best.
Tita, abangan mo.
Sabay
yun.
tayo.
Ako, willing ako.
Sige na.
Okay lang.
Try mo.
Talaga?
Try ko lang.
Sige.
Sige.
Panindigan niyo yan.
Record din.
Sama rin kayo.
Ay,
Record.
tinamay si Deej.
6:30.
Tsaka si Gamar.
Gawa tayo ng update na podcast. Guys, 6:30 a.m. na.
May vlog. Hindi na kami
Hirap
sa
na
Zoom
po
meeting.
ako.
Guys, it's
No,
too
you'll
funny.
enjoy it talaga.
Sige. Let's try it. I'm down.
Yeah,
game. I'm
for
very down.
sure. But yeah, anyway,
Well, what I'm interested in, Tita, actually.
go.
So more than just BNI, was there aspects of networking even earlier in your career that you were a part of or had to do rather?
Yeah, I mean, like when I was in marketing, I mean, operations not so much when I was in operations, but when I was in marketing and I was in Jakarta,
Yeah.
I really have to network a lot. Like, I will be told by the owner of the company, hey, there's something going on at this hotel. Okay, the hoteliers are all there, so I have to be there. I mean,
Of course.
my advantage though was that I can speak English. In Indonesia, they don't really
that's
speak
true.
English. So
Yeah, that matters.
yeah, so like, you know,
and you meet with expats there.
and you meet with expats
Yeah.
and all that. So yeah, and then we're a member of the expat community in Jakarta then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know, that time when we were there, the Filipinos are the expats. I mean,
There were a lot of Filipinos in
that time.
Jakarta.
Well, if you know, networking has been something very close to you even back then, I want to ask you, what are the big differences between networking back then versus, you know, with networking that you're doing now at the peak of networking, for example?
Okay. When I used to network that time, I was just in for the business. You know, it's
Transactional.
Right.
transactional. But what I learned is, you know, it doesn't last when it's transactional unless you have, you know, reached a personal. You have reached that connection, personal connection. So it's. I mean, for me now, networking is not just transactional. It's giving. It's connecting properly, knowing more about the person. So
Right.
for me, that's networking now. My frame of my thought about networking is different from my thinking when I was younger.
I
Yeah.
guess that comes with experience also.
Yeah.
Naman. Yeah.
Just
For sure.
go get the business, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transactional
Like,
nga eh,
hungry.
di ba?
Parang people don't want that anymore eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba, remember
So are you
we
saying like
talking
back
about-
then, like in the past, people treated networking as purely transactional?
Yes.
Wow.
Kung anong need mo
Like,
service,
right.
ganyan.
Ano yung mga stories where... Sorry, naging host.
Go lang.
Pero
Go lang,
like,
go
ano
lang.
yung
I need
naging
to drink,
stories mo na nung kung kailan tawag doon, parang nung sobrang transactional ng approach ng mga tao? Like, paano yung type of transaction way of networking before?
Yeah, like what's the difference?
Like, give us an example.
Okay, yeah, Mr. So and so. Okay.
Mr. So.
And
Mr. So and
I
so.
cannot remember his
Chinese
name anymore. He's
nila.
marketing director of Hotel Indonesia.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
so you just
Spicy.
go there, and then you know, I'm Baby Primavera from Media Investment Services. I came here to sell you the advertising
Oh,
space.
like
That's like
straight to the point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How much is it? And I say this much. Okay. Can we do a barter? I said no, sir. Maybe half. Like that.
Yeah.
It's different. I mean, now when I network, let's say, hey, Mr. De Los Santos, how are you? What are
Yeah.
you doing? What's your business? You try to.
Well, Tita,
Yeah, you tried.
I'm a strategy director in an advertising agency.
Yan yung boses mo.
Ay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you try to see how your business can fit with his business.
Yeah.
So-
It makes sense. Parang before it's short term and yun nga, transactional.
Yeah.
But now it's nurturing and long term.
Yeah, it's
Right.
more meaningful.
It's more meaningful.
Yeah.
Then, di ba, if let's say I talked to you and you saw that I was interested in you, and maybe after a while, and then can I have your card? You need to
Yeah.
ask for my card.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in logistics because I kind of made an impact because you know me more, I know you more. Sometimes you'll be the one to call me, hey baby, can you contact this person because
Yeah.
ganon ang networking.
Yeah, yeah.
You have
Nanganganak
to
siya.
nanganganak siya.
Yeah.
So, would you say...
Ganda.
Well, that's an interesting dichotomy. Parang you're saying that if now people are much more, nurturing, long-term yung tingin nila when it comes to networking versus before in a very transactional, what's easier for you to do? Because when you say it's very transactional, once you're done with that meeting, either yes or no. Is that correct?
Yeah, but now, I mean, it has transactional networking usually will not last or will not work because, like in our business, I mean, 10 per dime or 110 logistics company per dime, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you have to, know. They have to know what you are offering, but you don't say it right away.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I feel like you need to feel it out in a way.
Yeah.
Kasi, for example, I know this person, he's the, one of the marketing people of this company. But I know that their agency is doing a really good job already. Hindi ko nalalapitan yan. But I will, approach him just to say, hey, I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing in the marketing space. That's like more genuine of a connection rather than say, hey, if you need an agency, who to call me, ganyan.
Yeah.
Like those are the things that I like about being more upfront and genuine towards networking. Like when it's transactional, I feel like it's so much of a chore rather than something that I like doing or I actually enjoy. So, yeah.
Question. When we look back kasi, di ba, like, na-mention ni Tita Baby, transactional siya. Does it have something to do with what they need now na once in a lifetime lang nila kailangan na service? Or compared to now na long term kasi, di ba, pwedeng paulit-ulit, like advertising, it doesn't really disappear.
No, I think that time people are parang I feel that even their mindset is different as compared to now.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. That time,
Right.
yeah.
So people...
I feel like also because maybe there were not a lot of options.
Pwede rin. Yun nga, naisip ko rin
no,
like,
I get that. That
yeah,
makes
like
sense.
before.
Yeah. I would say yes. There were. I mean, like in my case, our company was carrying the big travel magazines like Travel and Leisure,
Right.
that kind of thing. So it's the market is so good. I mean, especially for the US, that he has no choice but
Yeah.
to just grab it.
That makes sense. Parang if you compare it to before,
Yeah.
there's so much businesses now compared
And
to
right now it's like
it's so much more accessible. to
nalulula
create.
ka eh.
Yeah.
Yun nga, you're looking for the best kasi. If you have the best, di ba? You have to create a genuine network and relationship with that
Yeah.
person, agency, or service. Kasi sila ang pinakamagaling eh.
Parang at this point, parang sa dating, you can't settle. You
Yeah.
can't settle. So many options out there, you can't settle.
Yeah. For sure. Like
Eye-opener yun ah.
What I'm curious about also is, I guess, if we're talking about you two are completely different persons, right?
oh, yeah.
What are your approaches to networking? Especially when it comes to people of different, types. Siyempre, there are people you want to network with na parang, super high position siya, for example. Pero, introvert siya, for example. Or mayabang type siya. Like, do you have different tactics or strategies to try to really get to know that person, considering how they are as people?
when you enter a door, when you enter a party and then you see, what I do is I look at the person. Let's say I know he's the general manager. You can see naman if he's open to, talking, okay? If he's choosy. But what I do is, let's say he's a general manager and a friend of mine was talking to him. This is really not. And I just say, I'll just approach them and say, good evening. I'm Baby Primavera from this company. Okay. And then, I'll just join the three of them. Just listen,
Yeah.
just to know him. So eventually, as you go along the way, and maybe that other person who's my friend would, I would say, baby, here is doing this. I mean, sometimes, they do that. And then when he asks, then I talk. But I don't talk about my company first. I just go there and listen. And then when he's interested, and then you say, why don't you see me in my office? Or why don't you call me?
Wow.
That kind of thing. And then if it's mayabang naman type, I like to deal with mayabang.
Oh, really?
Interesting. Parang
I
tita.
don't.
Yeah, no, I just say, let's say the mayabang type would always go around, right? So,
Yeah.
he'll come to you and they say hi, and then he'll try
Ano
to
siya,
strike.
I'm the GM of so and so.
He'll try to talk to you about himself.
Yeah.
So I'll just go along with it, and then if I think he's not worth my
Time.
follow up and my time, I just
Whatever.
dead lang.
So you can read someone based off of how they...
Yeah, of course.
Parang skill na
I'm
siya
very
nakuha.
good. I'm very good at reading.
Oh.
Siya tita, anong nare-read mo sa kanya? Besides na handsome siya.
I'm dead. I think the pod is about to end. Joke. Ano
scared.
na-read mo sa kanya?
He strikes me as somebody who's sensible.
Wow, sensible.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's true.
Yee, kinikilig siya tita.
Yes. So.
Tita, I'm red.
You owe me a drink.
Yeah.
Follow up
Tita,
mo
ako
yun
bahala
ah.
sa'yo.
Wow. Lakas mo na sa mga kaibigan ko.
Pero ang ganda ng how tita handles different scenarios.
Yeah, no, that's very important.
Yeah. Like yung first one, you have to listen first eh.
Yeah,
and
listen.
then when they engage on what you do, that's where you
That's when I talk about
talk
my
about the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kasi weird nga naman kung
Hey, Baby Primavera, I'm from Kapak Prime Logistics. So do this.
Yeah. No.
doon na papasok na parang transactional, hindi siya
Yeah,
genuine.
no.
Going back, diba?
That's... Yeah, no.
Tapos yung sa medyo may ego or mayabang, parang tama nga, you have to makikinig ka lang muna talaga. And then,
Basahin mo muna yung tao.
babasahin mo
Yeah.
muna kung worth ba, yun nga eh.
Oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
And then I don't even...
What do you do? May hawak na trick. What do you do?
Nabuhos na pala.
Anong nangyari na sa akin?
Yeah.
Pero
Ako din.
Pero tita, yung for example, yung let's say yung mayabang na type, worth it siya kunyari na i-pursue.
Yeah, I mean, if he be, he said, if he gets my card, I'll take the hint from that. If he gets my card, Okay.
So parang
So,
yun yung green
yeah.
green light na okay
Yeah.
to.
or if he gives me his card, then I'll just probably write him a note. Hey,
Yeah.
this is Baby Primavera. We met at this place.
Siya tita, kunyari siya yung client or yung possible
Would you network
Would
with
you
me?
network with?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Paano mo siya i-engage? For
Yeah.
example, di mo siya kilala.
Hindi, ito mas magandang tanong. Tita, would you have networked with Frankie when, like, the version of Frankie in college?
No.
Yes.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
Why tita?
I hate you for this question.
Because I was like her when I was in college.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah, yeah.
Kindred
Lalabas na ng mga juicy stuff.
Okay.
Bukidol ba doon?
Well, no, then that note. Well,
Really? Like,
I mean-
what was I like in college? Give one word lang. Don't add more context. No more context,
Parang phrase.
please. Just
What
one
were you
word.
like in college?
One sentence, tita.
One sentence, no more other things, okay?
Not studios, for one.
Okay, that's enough.
gets na.
I said
Gets na.
one.
But I was studious.
But you said you were like me.
You love to party, and I love to party.
Ma,
Julia.
I wasn't like a party freak. Like, not totally.
But you love to party.
Labas muna tayo dito.
Okay, here we go.
Pero, sige,
okay.
i-swap natin. Frankie, how would you, or would you network
with
Tita
her?
Baby? Mm.
I'll look at her feet first
Full circle.
and judge her by her. Wait. I feel like I would be like, oh, nice bag.
Would you be intimidated?
No naman. I'll be like, I like your bag. And then she's like, oh, you have good taste. Sabi ko, yeah. Same. And yan. And then the conversation would be like that. I wouldn't be intimidated, but I would be a little bit uneasy because I don't know how you would like react to how I will approach you. Because I'm very like fun, ganyan. You know? So maybe, yeah, intimidated. No, actually, now that I think about it, it's like
No,
a little bit, but
Dude,
I'd still do it.
For context, when Tita first came in the studio, I was like, I didn't want to. Syempre, if it's Frankie's grandmother, diba? I didn't want to seem unprofessional. Late na nga kami.
Because she's not your typical grandmother.
Yeah.
She's like a cool one.
Yeah.
We used to smoke together.
Oh.
Yeah.
When I
Okay.
used to smoke, yeah.
Why not? Joke.
No, like
Joke, na-demonetize tayo. Sorry.
Bro.
Sorry.
And we would talk about life while she like tells me about the rosary or something.
What's your
Diba?
favorite mystery?
What's your favorite mystery? Mine is luminous.
Ako, joyful.
Joyful ka. Ako luminous
Baka
talaga.
hindi niyo na alam na yung mysteries.
ikaw,
ko.
sige
Ako,
nga.
Criminal Minds. Joke.
Memorize ko ba yung
Diyos
sequence?
ko.
Ako memorize
Joke
ko.
So, joyful ako.
Ako ba, luminous ako, luminous. Yung bago, yung pinakabago.
What's my favorite mystery? Nancy Drew. Char.
Okay,
Sobrang
this ends the...
Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Wala, tita, di niya alam yung mysteries of the rosary. Oh. Patay.
Yari ka.
Hayari ka mamaya.
Yari ka
Tuturuan ka
mamaya.
namin sa car.
You listen to Spotify.
Oh.
Uy, may mga rosary sa Spotify.
Oo, may
Yeah,
mga
I know,
rosary.
I know. She
May mga
listens to it.
meditation na, no?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I have another question for you guys. So we talked about, your approaches to networking. But I'm curious rin also to know what qualities do you think are important in a person to successfully network? To be a successful networker, basically. So there are people na parang, for example, ako introverted ako. If I'm being honest.
You are.
Parang I don't see myself as a networker because of how introverted I am. Like, I don't do well with a lot of people. Like, I'd rather be in a small group like this, very intimate setting. So, is it required, for example, for people to be extroverted to successfully network?
No.
I don't
You
think.
just have to, how to communicate.
Yeah.
The communication skills is very important. But if you're an introvert, as I said, when you talk to somebody, you get, have to know somebody. You have to know that person first.
Yeah.
And that alone, connecting to that person by knowing him better is already networking.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you don't have to be an extrovert. I know a lot of introverts in our organization who are good networkers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not naman isolated, no? Parang,
No, I don't think so. Like, because there are introverts naman. Like, I have siblings who are introverts. I mean, siya, ganyan. She's so introverted. But she knows a lot of people because you don't know how the person ends up reacting to certain topics until you engage in a conversation with them. Like, tama ka, connection. Like, that can come from introverts as well, eh.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's...
Siguro outside the introvert extrovert, may mga parang technical skills ka bang kailangan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if kung Inglesera ka, you have to be, good in English communication skills. But, if you cannot speak English well, mag-Tagalog ka na lang, di
Yeah.
ba?
Yeah.
Para mas maintindihan mo yung tao.
Ooh, okay. That I have a question about that. In your experience, is there a bias towards English speakers and Filipino speakers?
Ako
no
wala.
naman.
Really?
You know, believe it or not, one of the best coaches I met here in this organization, he speaks Tagalog. Even his podcasts or his
Yeah.
blogs are all in Tagalog, and they're so effective.
Because there's a preconception rin kasi minsan. I mean, and it's a very common misconception or preconception rather, na if you speak English,
Yeah.
let's face it, we're being honest, meron talaga.
Meron yan. There are some. Pero with me, parang, guess I've been, I've been learning from different people who also converse in Tagalog more. Even if I am not a full Tagalog speaker myself, I see him because they're genuine about it.
So it's the content talaga.
The content or
Yeah.
the substance of the conversation.
Yes, exactly.
So if someone isn't really good at speaking English, you can still be an
yeah.
exceptional
Yeah, for
networker,
sure.
definitely.
Ako may question ako. Is it important to research properly the client or whoever you want to network or understand them?
No.
Ooh.
If
Spicy.
may biases ka na if you research about the person. No,
Yeah.
dapat pag in-approach mo,
genuine.
dapat you should know that person per se.
On the
yeah.
spot. On the
Yeah.
spot.
Whereas kunyari, if I read about this person, like the CEO, and then I'll try to research he's like this, he's like that. So ako din magkakaroon na ako, I'll be filtering what I would say. So dapat hindi.
Dapat dun lang when you talk.
Basta alam mo lang siya na CEO siya, pero more than that,
Yeah.
yung
Ano ba?
ano ba siya?
Like, isa-stalk mo ba siya sa Facebook?
Kasi some networks or networking would have to require, di ba? Getting to know the industry, their expectation.
I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I've heard this before. There are people who appreciate
yeah.
people who reach out to them who
Who
ay,
done
alam
their
niyang ganito
research.
ako. Alam niya
Yeah.
ganito experience
Oh yeah.
ko.
I think, gawin ko lang example yung ahensya natin. Kasi in an agency, there's always intent for service. Like, that's not gonna go away. Because that's
Yeah.
who we are. We're client servicing. We provide these brands, these businesses with different services. So, parang client-wise, they would expect, especially if they also, make you, if they also show back the intent of working with you, they expect you to do your research about what they might need.
Do you consider that as networking?
It's a form, but not raw networking, like in the flesh, like meeting. Pero gets ko yung sinasabi niya about, I guess, approaching someone without having like a focused one on like a zoned in agenda.
Yeah.
No, I like what Tita said because
Yeah.
it goes back to what she said the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about being genuine.
Yeah.
Like if you discover things about a person naturally during the course of your conversation, that strikes that to that other person na parang it came out naturally.
Yeah.
Very genuine yung dating niya. So I do get where she's coming from na parang you don't have to necessarily research about the person.
Yeah.
Pwede naman, just, pero hindi yun talagang research.
Kasi
Yeah. I
mga
mean, just to
surface
know the
level
basics.
lang.
Yeah.
Like sa news.
O
ganyan.
kaya, kunyari lang, ay friend siya ni ganito. So,
Yeah.
you more or less, you will not say, you're a friend of this person. Basta when he talks, and then, I used to live in Jakarta. And then, what year? And then maybe I'll also mention, also live there. And then he will start asking, what year? Mga ganon.
It's like dialogue options.
Yeah.
Parang ganun yung dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of strategy when it comes to networking. No? Parang you really have to choose what to say.
Chess game siya eh,
Yeah.
in a sense.
Kasi sometimes you choose something choose something to say, it comes off as very negative. And this person's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Diba?
The
On
research-
that note,
Yeah.
have there been instances in your careers wherein...
Why are you looking at me?
Because I know you're gonna answer.
Okay.
Have there been instances in your career na parang, oh shit, this did not work out? Like when you're networking. Yung mga, kumbaga sabihin natin horror stories.
Yeah.
Of it's
lot.
happened to me.
Yeah. A lot.
It's happened to me. But like what's the most memorable or pinaka-striking sa inyo?
So, I'm sure you've gone through those days then, no, ma?
No, my horror story is like, you know, I like, I thought this person wanted to do business, but the reason is for them to find out who my clients are.
Oh, okay.
Intel.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Intel.
insane.
Okay,
And
so
then-
how did this go? How did this go?
Well, they said, "Can we go to your office?" That's why from this time, starting that time, every time I know somebody with related business coming to the office, I ask them to remove everything in the board. Don't even write what are the
So you
activities.
knew,
going.
like coming in,
No, this person came to the office and then saw the name of the company, and then he was actually his business is related to logistics, but he can also do logistics if he wants to. So the next thing I knew was that he called the company and was offering the services, and it's good. My client, asked me, "Who's this company? Who's this person?"
oh, your client went to you about it.
No, yeah, just ask
Yeah.
if you know this person. Yeah, I said I know. They're just into tracking. How come he said they can
Oh,
also?
shoot.
Oh, they
I
name dropped
said,
you also.
Wait,
No,
so-
how come they said they can do also customs clearing? Or maybe they will subcontract it,
Yeah.
but they're not. They don't have a broker in the
Oh my
company.
No,
gosh.
why did they wanted to go to your office in the first place?
Probably to spy to see what's happening.
That's like scary. I would never.
That's crazy. But what did they tell you to get for them
No,
to be
I
able
know
to?
this person because that person has trucks. I subcontract their services.
Subcon sila.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they
Okay,
came
okay,
to the and then say, "Can we go to your office? Maybe just
Visit.
Sure. So I noticed that there were two of them. One of them was looking at the board because we have two boards, a whiteboard.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
Yeah.
this.
No, that was long
Wow.
time ago.
Okay. That's
So
so
when
sketchy.
I went to the client that time, I would, especially for this client, I always go there at least once a month or twice a month to say hello. Okay. And then they showed me the card. Do you know this company? I said, yeah. I mean, they're just tracking services. No, they can also do customs clearing. So right then and there, I mean, when I came back to the office, I said, hey, you're also offering customs clearing? I said, do you have your own broker? No. Who said? I said, I saw your card in the office of my client.
Oh my gosh.
So you
that
confronted
means-
them.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh my God. What did they say?
Grabe si tita.
Grabe.
Grabe,
Matinik.
palaban.
He said, no, we were trying to offer our tracking services. No, I said, the client told me that you were offering brokerage also. And you're
Oh
not
my
doing
God.
brokerage,
Yeah.
If ever you just subcontract them.
What did you do? Did you ban them?
No, I stopped, using
And then-
their
Oh,
tracking
shit.
services after that.
Jaw drop yun. Pag
That's
That's scary.
that's the same as parang another agency is
like
flirting with their clients. Has that ever happened to us? Has it?
I think
actually don't
it's
know.
very common, like
In the
in
industry.
general.
Yeah.
Because parang like I said, there's so many fishes in the sea now.
There are a lot of
Compared to
agencies.
before.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
so many agencies. Like, it's crazy. So, syempre, aren't much brands, but there are also a lot of many emerging ones.
Yeah.
So, parang, brands tend to bounce from each agency to another, and that's okay. And at the same time, that's also not okay for the business. But it's very common to see that already
Yeah.
right now. I can only, count a few brands that actually stick to agencies long term nowadays. And it's with the OGs, but sometimes yung mga OGs, pati yung OG agencies nila napapalitan din. Then sometimes they even go back.
Yeah.
So they test the waters then,
Brands are like they have the right naman to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to
Yeah. No shame
see
in
what's
that,
good for their
sure.
business. But of course, it's very difficult for our industry because, like what you mentioned, there's so many agencies
There's
out
so
there.
many
right
na.
now.
There's so
And
many.
For you to find the right agency, it's difficult because who knows
Yeah,
that other
for
agency.
sure.
So I get that, but it's tough. It's tough for us, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But that's how agencies grow then in a
Yeah.
way. They have to evolve
Improve.
For
in
sure.
some sort of way that other agencies might not be offering the same thing anymore. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
So, tita, may message ka ba dun sa subcon na yun?
Yeah, go.
Get lost.
Oh,
Damn. Ano pala?
Get
Gagi,
lost. You get
tawagan
it
mo na si
here.
Tulfo mo na yan.
Ipatulfo na
Patulfo na
Ito po.
natin.
Oy, I did that.
Ay, we?
Sino na patulfo mo? Ay, okay.
Okay, bawal. After hour.
After hours.
Bloopers.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
okay.
Nakat na yan.
Nakat na yan.
I'm gonna ask you after.
Ika-cut na yan.
I think that's all the time we have. But before we wrap up, because I really want to hear that story.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, do you guys have any advice for people? Honestly, networking is not something. Let's make it full circle. I said earlier, it's not something people grow up to want to be.
No.
Definitely. But if you find that you have the skills for it, if
Yeah,
you find
why
that you
not?
feel like you enjoy doing it, why
Yes.
not? So if you have anything to say to those kinds of people, what would you want to say? What would you want to impart?
Ako, just be yourself. Like, in all honesty, you don't have to fake it till you make it. In a way, parang, bakit? Just be yourself talaga. Like, your genuine self. Kasi, hindi mo naman lalapitan yung tao kung alam mong hindi mo mabibigay yung, the best of who you are.
That's true.
Like, even it shows in the business.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't believe in your business, bakit ka pa nagmamanetwork? If you don't believe in yourself, why are you putting yourself out there? So, be yourself, believe in yourself, and that all boils down to being genuine with who you are and who you're trying to talk to. Same with confidence, that's really the root of it all. And I told you guys, diba, since birth, ganito na ako. Diba? Maano na talaga ako as a person. Pero sometimes you get tired of it eh.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, I think the pandemic sort of
It's
like
mellowed people out.
mellowed me down. But now that I had to get back, especially in where, this role is, it's all about that.
Yeah.
You really have to do
For
it.
sure.
So I'm learning new things in this role where, I don't have to be all salesy and everything. It's really that. Being your most genuine and confident self. That's the only thing a person will really look for in you because you know that you're coming from a good place. That's it. How about you, Ma?
Pwede bang copy and paste na lang yan?
Same lang din yung message.
Same lang ba?
No. Networking is for everyone actually. Whether you're an introvert or extrovert. Okay. As she said, you just have to do it right. You don't sell yourself right away. You have to know the other person.
Yeah.
If you want to do a good network effort. That's all.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Me, personally, kasi parang, I've always had this notion na parang, because I'm an introvert,
Yeah.
I can't do what she does.
Yeah.
I can't, network as well as she does. But like, you're right. If it's down to just being genuine to a person,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's doable.
Like you
naman.
engage in conversation and
Yeah,
if you
like
like the
today, like
conversation.
tonight,
Yeah.
we have already networked.
Yes.
Network na to. This is the
Yeah.
output, diba?
Yeah.
Baka bukas
Yeah.
6:30 gumising na ako.
6:30,
bukas.
morning people person na kami.
No, every
Nasa
Tuesday.
PNI
yun.
na siya.
Tuesday ba?
Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday.
No,
is
I'll
fine.
invite you when I'm on board na.
Sige.
Okay,
Sabi niya yan
Alright.
ah.
Pagnulit sa
Alright.
town hall.
Wait, shout out na lang.
Mag-end yan an hour and a half before town hall pa.
Mag-ESL
No,
ako.
you can leave at 8. Basta you have to just
Oh.
kasi 8 from 8 to 8:30 we're already accounting for the referrals every week.
Yeah.
What we have done.
May
Yeah.
parang
So I have 2 hours to nap before town hall.
Yeah,
Oy.
go lang.
Okay.
Pero nakapag-networking na yan nung umaga.
Pinag-gain na tayo.
May nagawa na ako.
Alam mo ma, nakakatawa kasi yung mga networking nyo, 6:30 a.m. Kami mga 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
Oo nga eh. Maga na nga yun eh. Maga na yun.
May mga networking night. Pero like I said, yun yung mga party na parang, don't really get much out of it. Depends though. Yeah. So yun.
Pero yung tumatak sa akin sa episode na to is you have to be genuine talaga
Yun
Oh
talaga.
yeah.
as a networker.
That's the thumbnail. Genuine.
And syempre,
Genuine.
comm skills, of course.
Calm skills,
Yeah.
confidence.
Na-appreciate ko, lalo na the contrast of, a younger
Oh yeah.
professional to a more experienced
To
one.
an experienced one. Yeah.
Kasi, emerging pa lang
Yeah.
Di ba?
Parang she's been through all phases eh.
Lahat yan na industry
In a
na
way.
tamaan ni
Hindi
Tita.
na-rattle si Tita. Hindi na-rattle yan.
Oo.
Ngayon na ako kinakabahan.
She's
Okay.
unbothered. She's
Ang
unbothered.
lakas si Tita.
Yeah.
Ano?
Malakas.
Malakas.
Pangmalakasan.
Matinik si Tita. So thank you so much for being on the show. So
Thank you.
super grateful.
Yes.
What a
Thank you
conversation.
also for
Thank you.
this opportunity to
course.
Of
be part
course.
of the Oddcast.
Yes. Alam mo, dapat mag-network din sila. Look at the cameras.
You're so cool, ma.
Hey!
Facebook, bro.
Let's go.
You're so cool.
Baka, wait, before
Sakit
you
na
end
may
it,
rings
baka
mo.
may gusto silang i-plug.
In case you want to plug anything.
Instagram, your accounts,
You
business.
you want to promote anything?
You want to promote?
When you think of cargo movement, think of Pac Prime Logistics.
Back Prime Logistics.
Logistics.
Let's go.
Link in
Grabe.
the bio.
Sorry.
Link in the bio.
I'm gonna cut that. Link. Yeah. Link.
Link down below if you want to go to the website.
Right here.
Right there.
That's my
Click
bad.
here.
No, it's okay. Ano ba plug ko? Follow Oddefy.
Follow
Oddcast.
Oddcast. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe the Oddcast.
Yes.
Wherever you listen to your podcasts, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like and like what?
Hit that like button,
Hit
the
that like
subscribe,
The
notification bell.
The notification
Yeah.
bell. Yeah, that's what I'm
Fast
talking about.
talk daw. Wala pa. Yung fast talk.
Fast talk.
Tita, isang episode pa yan.
Joke
Tita,
lang.
up, down.
Okay lang.
And don't forget to like us on our socials. We are oddcast.ph on
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay.
And we'll see you for another episode. So thank you guys so much again.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week.
Thank
I
you.
had so
Yes.
much fun. I hope you drink on the next episode.
Yeah.
You'll be back for
definitely.
another one for
Sa season
sure.
2 babalik si Tita.
All right.
Nag-grow na kami as networkers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ano naman yung client na yun?
Did you have fun?